Hi, welcome back to On the Volley. Okay, and we're here to talk about Celtic and Celtic's game against St Johnstone. I'm here with Scottish Mike again.
Hello again.
Okay, we're back. Actually, I flew in from Orlando this morning at 7 a.m. Managed to get about 2 hours sleep, but I couldn't really sleep so much so. So, hey, I'm in the pub. And I've got to say something. Apart from the Celtic games, Mike, I have to stop coming to the pub for about 2 months.
Yeah, because
I've got to lose 20 kilos.
20 kilos in 2 months.
Yeah, that's going to be hard work, man. That's going to be hard work. But in a drunken state, when we was at a work dinner in Orlando, I went around telling everyone that I was going to lose 20 kilos. Don't ask me why. Okay, in 2 months, and a few people bet me on it.
There we go.
So I got no choice. So.
Can we get like subscribers to the channel to give you like €10 for every kilo like you lose to give you a bit of motivation? You know, everybody's got to give €10. So we need to do a weigh-in today as well, and he's got to come up every week.
I'm not going to ask for no money. Yeah, just give me best wishes, okay? You know, just support me in this. Arduous, is that the right word?
Arduous, yes,
arduous
definitely.
Task.
Like gargantuan, okay. Gigantic.
Anyway, look, let's get back to the game, yeah? Now, I screwed up. I screwed up my planning, okay? When I took the flight back, I didn't take into account, I didn't look at the game, and I'm really pissed off about it because I missed it. But you saw the game, didn't you?
Yeah, no, I watched it yesterday, and honestly, best performance under Postecoglou by far. You know, like not just the fact we scored 7 goals, it was like complete control, like over 80% possession, passing was great, movement was amazing, and I know it was St Johnstone who are struggling, but in the past St Johnstone's a team we haven't always rolled over, so I got to say I was super impressed by how they performed, particularly at this stage where just come off the derby and got that 6-point lead. That's often the point where you start to relax a bit and you think we're 6 points ahead. And then you slip up, but not at all. There was not even the remotest sign that we're going to slip up. So really impressed overall by how it went down.
Okay. Well, this is a good thing about Mike. Yeah, I just wanted him to confirm he watched the game.
Yeah.
And he goes off on one. I haven't asked him any questions yet. Okay. And he's already gone off on one. But hey.
Well, we're done. We're finished now. You can go off and do whatever you want to do now.
You get used to. No. Oh man. Fair enough.
Sorry, right, let's pretend you didn't hear that, right?
It's all good. No, but what I was going to say, before the game, what did you think? How did you think the game was going to go?
Well, look, like I said, I was a wee bit nervous. I was a wee bit nervous because it's exactly the kind of thing that can happen. You build up a wee bit of a lead, you start to think, okay, you're kind of ahead. And it's so easy to slip up, you start to feel a wee bit comfortable, foot goes off the gas, things don't go terribly well to start with, and then you find yourself drawn, So that was my kind of concern, that after taking this, after like a huge victory the week before, that we were going to, basically lose the gains that we'd fought so hard to get. And, and that did not happen, which I think is a real testament to the kind of mentality that's at this club right now.
No, I completely agree. Well, I agree on part. Let me clarify that. I wasn't nervous. Actually, in my last podcast, I actually did predict that we would win the first half. We'd go in at the end of the first half, winning with at least 2 or 3 goals scored.
Right.
Okay, from Celtic, and I said we'd win by we'd probably score 4 or 5 goals. And I said I hope that I haven't jinxed it, and obviously I didn't. So I was very, very confident, and I did state that. I have been talking in other podcasts about complacency. That was my worry, and so right. I understand you when I understand what you're saying. Yeah. But I also said that I don't believe that in no way would Ange allow it, nor would the players allow it. So I didn't think, although it's a worry at the back of my mind, I don't believe that anybody in the Celtic structure, okay, would allow that to happen. So, yes, it's a worry about complacency, but I don't think it's something that we really have to worry about. If you understand what I'm saying.
No, I think you're absolutely right. But I think the thing is, again, because you're not properly Scottish, because you're not miserable and pessimistic enough. This confidence thing. That's just ridiculous. No, I think you're absolutely right. Again, as a fan from the outside, it's like nerves are always there. But I think you're absolutely right. Within that camp, looking at that game, looking at the way they play, I don't see any fear. I don't see any complacency. I don't think anybody's taking their foot off the gas. And we've not lost a game since whenever it was, September last year, October. I can't remember.
I think it's September last year.
We've not lost a game in a long time. So 5 games to go. It would require a pretty spectacular collapse for Celtic to not win this league quite easily, and I just don't see that happening. So I'm going to be optimistic. Now, I'm sorry, I'm going against every single part of my nature to try and be optimistic here, So yeah, I think it's looking good,
Yeah, all right. Let me go back to a comment you made when you said a fan from outside. What was you referring to?
No, fans as in all of us outside, because we are not part of the camp.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not talking about you.
Okay.
Because we are not there, we're not
I'm bloody
part
inside, mate.
No, I'm not talking
I'm
about
bloody
you.
inside.
No,
okay.
I'm talking about the squad. I'm talking about you.
I just want to clear that up, yeah? Okay? I've probably got more bloody Celtic tops than him,
I know.
And I watch every single game. This is the first one I've missed this season.
Yeah.
I'm a newbie. I am. I've always stated that. And so I'll tell you what, okay, I regret the fact that I'm a newbie. Okay, I have been so impressed, not just by Celtic, not just by Ange, but also by the fans, okay? Because it's a family. They've said it and they prove it. And the love I've been getting from the Celtic supporters, people I meet, the people I met in Orlando, Celtic supporters in Orlando, Celtic supporters here, okay? It's just brilliant. I'm overwhelmed.
Right.
So I'd like to thank every Celtic supporter out there, especially everyone that I've met and everyone that comment in the section, because hey, you really have welcomed me into the family, and I appreciate it.
So quickly, how drunk were the Orlando Celtic fans at 7 o'clock in the morning? Is it that's what I want to know. 7 a.m. How many beers can you neck at 7 o'clock in the morning?
Oh no, they were drinking.
They were going
drinking.
for it. Yeah. Well done, boys. Well done. I admire your commitment.
No, seriously, I said that as well, because it's just ridiculous hours.
No, I know, it's crazy. It's crazy. 7 o'clock in the morning, I'm like a complete zombie. Never mind being up and out and in the pub and watch the game.
Well, Saturday was 10 o'clock. Okay, so I suppose that's a little bit more doable.
Right, yeah.
Okay, but we got some people that come in, from Australia, and they've got games at stupid hours of the morning,
yeah.
3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, just ridiculous times. But they're there. Mm-hmm. They're watching the team, they're supporting them, and you've got to take your hat off to them. That is an ardent Celtic supporter, okay, that does that. And the pub was quite full. So right. Anyway, we're going off course now. Yeah, let's get back to the game. Yeah, now 7 goals scored. Like I said, I was, it was a foregone conclusion for me. But that said, St Johnstone had only let in 17 goals away from home, yeah?
Right.
Okay, in I think 16 games, is it? And we've scored 7. So now it's now 24 goals they've let in.
Right, yeah. Listen, you St Johnstone aren't mugs, They're I know they're bottom of the table, but they can be a stuffy team, they can be hard to break down, and I think this is it.
I think they're second from bottom now.
Yeah, second from bottom. Yeah, second from bottom. So they're down that end of the table. They're down the arse end.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then again, you see what can happen. Like yesterday as well. Like Man U playing a team at the arse end of the table, and what happens? They lose. 1-0.
Yeah,
so
Man U are shit at the moment. So
yeah, I know.
No. They need a manager change. Okay, but it was 7-0. It could have been 10.
Right, not easily. It was that. Abada, I think, in particular, had a couple of really good chances near the end that he probably should have buried. But you're not going to hold him to account for it, because you're winning 7-0. You fluff a few, whatever. But yeah, it could have been a lot more. And in a way, I was kind of I was hoping they would slow down towards the end of the game, because You've got the game super. You've got the game won. You've got already
Not
banged in a
Angie's
lot.
style.
I know exactly. But
Not
I'm just,
Angie's style. Never stop.
No, I know.
Okay, we never stop. We stop at half time, and we stop at full time.
Right.
And that's it.
But it's funny because what I did see, like, because I thought, we talked a while ago about the hamstring injury, using the intense training, the way they play. And I said, we haven't really had any for a while. And literally I said that, and Giakoumakis pulls up like 30 seconds later, We
don't know yet how bad his injury is. So
no.
hopefully it's not too bad. But luckily
Kyogo's back. And the reception he got when he came on, that was amazing,
definitely.
That was lovely. Just everybody was just so delighted to see that boy back, because he's such a good player.
Absolutely. Somebody asked me whether it was for Kyogo, that reception, or for McCarthy.
It's definitely not for McCarthy. Fair play to the man. I'm sure he was a good player. Like, say back in his day, he's still young.
Hold on. No, somebody. I got that. Sorry, I have to be honest. Yeah, I stole that off Hamish. Okay, from 67 Hell.
Right.
Yeah, he said that. Props where props is due, man. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure he's not watching it. Okay, he's not watching us. All right, but man, I had to. It's a fucking brilliant line, that one. So anyway, look. If you want, quickly go through the goal scorers and the goals and what you thought, because they were all practically.
They were all.
Excellent
I mean,
goals.
and again, it was again what I was sitting with my mate, and like. Watched the game. I said Hatate's due a goal, and he's been due a goal for a while because he's still been playing really well.
No, he's had a dip in form.
He's still been playing because like he's like Maeda, like even if he's not creating or playing well, he runs and he fights and he's there. So like he's not, but then he scores that great goal, like a lovely little curler from the box, So like it was, again, super nice goal. Giakoumakis again, super lively, and like for that finish, like to nick the ball and then finish him in a cute angle like that.
That was a tight angle.
That was a really tight angle. He did really well. I mean, Maeda again, like he's everywhere. Like I've talked about Maeda, what we love about him. He's a fighter. He runs. He got his goal again.
With his head, and he's not the tallest player out there.
No, he didn't even have to jump. He didn't jump. He just kind of landed in his bonds and it went in. So like,
I think it was a bit more than that.
He did really well. So like and then again. Another, Juranovic, like the most reliable penalty taker we've had in a long time, and I think that's really important as well. We don't get as many penalties as perhaps we once did, or as perhaps can occur in other parts of Glasgow.
No.
But
hold on, let me stop you on that though, because and I'm going to go off course for a second, But I've heard a lot, everyone's saying about the penalties they get and all that. Okay, them lot down the road. And to be totally honest, when we played in the derby, Willie Collum was the referee, and everyone was worried. Okay, right, about whether how many penalties he was going to give them, how much he was going to be on their side when it comes to all the decisions and that. But to be totally honest, I think the refereeing this season has been pretty decent. Compared, and equitable, if that's the right word to use, equal, if you like, balanced, compared to what it has been in the past, okay? And again, I don't want to comment too much, okay? I did say in an earlier podcast that I wasn't going to comment on the refereeing until I've seen the season. And to be totally honest, I don't think we have anything that we can really complain about this season.
And I think as well, if you're going to comment on the refereeing, you need to watch all the other games as well to have a proper kind of like,
So you need to watch two games. Ours and theirs.
Yeah, well, exactly.
That's it.
So I have seen Rangers. I think Rangers have had more penalties than Celtic this year, but I haven't seen them to know whether or not. Yeah. So I can't really comment on it.
And that's fair enough. Okay. I'm just worried about our games and that the decisions are correct. Yeah, and that's it. So
I can't really think of it. And it was like this affected the game. To be honest, like I do think there was a clear penalty in the derby, for Celtic. But again, it was the kind of thing you could easily forgive the referee for missing. It happened very quickly. So I have no complaints about the refereeing this year.
Okay, perfect.
Only because we're winning the league.
Yeah, of course.
I'm sure they would have lots of complaints if we were 6 points behind. I'd find them from somewhere.
Anyway, let's get back onto the game. Yeah. And then Matt O'Reilly comes on. Yeah, on the 46th minute for Roger. What a player. And he's, 21?
Yeah, he's young, and how much do we even pay for him? Like peanuts,
I can't even remember, to be totally honest.
Yeah, I mean, this is what's great about this Postecoglou team, the players we've got for the money we've spent, like the 3 Japanese boys cost like 4 million quid in total, O'Reilly, nothing, it's like impressive,
Until now, okay, right, we've spent 13.5 million, if I'm not mistaken.
For the whole new team.
On our buys, yeah. And then we got players on loan. Okay, so we can't count them as yet. But Matt O'Reilly, 2 goals.
Yeah, two great goals as well. Like a lovely diving header, and then just lovely skill. Takes the ball in, drags it back, moves it on, and curls it into the top corner.
Brilliant.
And this is a guy who came from out. And I'd never heard of him. He came from nowhere.
Yeah,
and he's just he just fitted right into the team, slotted right in. I still think Rogic is Rogic is the guy I would start with.
Yeah.
But like O'Reilly is just he just comes in and he just gives almost as much as Rogic does.
No, 100%. Look, we're blessed because we can put Rogic or O'Reilly in there.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
Yeah, or mix and match. You take Hatate out, put one of those. You can play them both, and we've got midfield options to rotate. The only one who's a definite starter in midfield is McGregor.
Yeah.
The rest of them you can rotate in and out. I think you can't do it without Callum.
No, I don't believe you can, and I think if you look at it. You look at the impact that he's had. I mean, he had some big boots to fill.
No, I know.
Okay, when Scott Brown left, and he took the captain's armband. Okay, and that boy, okay, has done such a great job.
I know.
That, to be totally honest, even though Scott Brown's a legend, okay, we're not missing him.
No, we're not. I mean, as well, he was on the wane when he went anyway, So I think, would we have missed peak Scott Brown? Maybe, I don't know. But I think certainly the last few years, I mean, it happens to all of us. We get a bit older. He wasn't quite the player he was. But what I love about Callum McGregor is you don't notice him unless you actually. Because like Scott Brown, you always knew he was there because it was all the antics and the things that we loved him for. Callum McGregor's none of that. He goes quietly about his business. His touch is amazing. He just takes the ball in, no matter how hard it comes at him. He controls it. He moves it on.
Absolutely.
He's there. He doesn't do anything spectacular. He just fucking controls the ball and moves the ball, and he's such a great player. Outstanding.
Absolutely, completely agree. And then we mustn't forget, okay, that ball in from Kyogo.
Yeah.
Excellent ball. Over to Maeda. Maeda chests it down. Okay, and Lil Abada just comes in.
Yeah, he comes flying in and belts it in, And what I loved as well about Maeda, more selfish players would have still gone for that, but he saw that O'Reilly was in a better position and he just got the fuck out.
O'Reilly, you mean?
Not O'Reilly, sort of Abada. He saw Abada was in a better position and he got out the way,
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful thing because a lot of players would have thought that's my ball and I'm going to go for it and got in the way of the other player, but he just saw what was happening. And he's not the most skillful player, but he's a smart player. He works really hard. He's always there, and I don't know what they feed that boy. But the running he's got in him is insane. It's insane.
I don't know if you've noticed yet. Now I've said this in past podcasts that, and I think it's Joe Pack. Okay, he basically commented on one of my podcasts. I think the last one, okay, or the one before, where basically he turned around and he corrected me in the sense that I said that Maeda had been criticised, it had some grief, okay,
right.
And he basically wrote down, look, no one here in Scotland, okay, that of all the Celtic sports he knows, has ever, okay, criticised or given him grief. And I stand corrected. I didn't, probably my English, after being here so long, okay, has gone bloody downhill. What I meant to say is that he wasn't getting the recognition that he deserved. Okay, and there were question marks, okay, on him. But if you look at it now, people are starting to notice and appreciate the work that Maida does.
Exactly.
Okay?
And he scores goals. He's got 8 goals now. 8 goals,
exactly.
You know?
And he got the man of the match award.
Yeah.
I would have found it difficult to pick a man of the match.
No,
Actually,
exactly.
I find it difficult to pick a man of the match.
In a game like that, 7 goals, everybody played really well. How do you decide? You know, like,
Who would you be able to pick one?
Honestly, no. Like I wouldn't. In that game, I was just like, I had no idea how I would have picked. You know.
But you know, I mean, I'm happy for him because people are now talking about him.
Yeah.
People are talking about him on the podcast. He gets the Man of the Match award. People are talking about him on the comments. So finally, he has been noticed and he's been appreciated for the work rate. I mean, that guy just doesn't stop running.
Yeah, and he starts and like he doesn't come off, you know, because Postecoglou knows that, you know, in the 92nd minute, if he needs somebody to chase a ball down,
he's going to do it,
your man.
Which is what he did.
No, exactly. I know exactly. You know, he's like
7-0 up, and he was still tracking back.
I know, it's amazing, and I genuinely like to have that kind of level of stamina and fitness to be able to run at that speed in the 92nd minute after bombing around the pitch the whole day. It's astonishing. It's genuinely astonishing.
Absolutely.
But he does look like he looks like an extra from a Yakuza movie. You know, he's got that. You could always see him in the background in one of these movies in a kind of sharp suit. You know, looking a bit menacing. You know, good on the boy.
I call him the samurai warrior.
Yeah, he's got that look about him. You know, yeah, definitely.
So look, I mean, you know, we're all happy about the result. We're all happy. You know, we were 9 points ahead, but them lot down the road won 4-0. Okay, today, and so that basically, you know, brings it back down to 6-0. 5 games left.
But yeah, 5 games left. I mean, like I said, I don't see how this can go any other way than Celtic winning the league. You know, like even if we lose to Rangers at Parkhead, which I think is kind of unlikely, we've still got, you know, and I know it's the old cliche of like the goal difference being the extra point, but that's what it comes down to. You know, like we will need to lose. You know, we need to lose we need to lose 2 games and draw another game for Rangers to have a chance. You know, out of the last 5 games, and I just don't see that happening. You know, I just don't see it happening. You know?
No, I don't see it happening. But as Ange says, we take one game at a time. And we haven't won anything until we go up and pick up that trophy.
Exactly, you know, exactly.
I repeat, you know, you turned around and said you wanted it to go to the wire.
Well,
to the
you know,
last game.
I
That's
know.
what you said.
As long as we won, you know. No, I mean, you know what? I'm happy it's not going that way. I am, because you know, like it's really important that we win. You know, it's like 40 million on offer. You know, if and straight into the Champions League. That's a lot of cash, you know. That's going to like keep a lot of the kind of players who are there happy. It's going to give us a chance to reinforce, you know. Like I'd like to see us, like, you know, I'd like to see us spend money on it. As much as I think Greg Taylor's improved a lot, I think, you know, we could do a lot better at left back with a good chunk of cash, you know. I'd like to see like another centre half, like a real high quality one. Either, you know, like, I mean, like Starfelt and Carter Vickers have been outstanding. Like
exactly. Well, Julian can't get in the team.
No, he can't. I mean, I don't know whether that. I mean, like, is that loyalty to the players who've been there, or is it that Postecoglou doesn't quite fancy Julian? I don't know. But you know,
I think you can't. Okay, go and disrupt.
Yeah.
Look, we've let in 19 goals all season.
No, it's impressive. They've done really well.
And I think them lot down the road have let in 27.
Yeah.
Okay, we have the best defence in the league. Why would you go and change that?
Yeah. No, you're right. You know, and like, and you know, like Starfelt. I think we've talked about this before. Carter Vickers has been great since he came. Starfelt has his moments, and he was a bit ropey at first, but he's gradually got better. At first,
but some players need a little bit longer to adapt.
Yeah,
okay?
You're right.
I've been saying this all season.
Yeah.
You can't expect everyone to adapt as quickly as Jota and Kyogo did.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, Starfelt, give him his due. He's been great. You know, he's been very good. You know, and like, I mean, the one thing that still makes me a wee bit nervous with Celtic is, like, I know Postecoglou likes to play it from the back, but sometimes they get themselves in a bit of a pickle. You know, with like Carter Vickers, Hart, and Starfelt, like. when they try to play it about a wee bit, they're a wee bit ponderous sometimes. Like players are on them, but I think they're gradually getting better at that as well. They're working out of it, you know.
Look,
so
I don't look if they're going to be a little bit ponderous. Okay, sometimes we've seen a couple of occasions with Joe Hart, where you're like, you're like your heart's in your throat, But we still have the best defence.
No,
in the
we
league.
do, and also Joe Hart must be so bored at the back. Like at some point, he's like, you know what, I'm going to take a chance just to get a thrill, a bit of adrenaline. You know?
Maybe.
Because I'm just like, like yesterday, like literally had absolutely nothing to do, like nothing.
Exactly, yeah.
He's just standing there. The only thing he's got to do is look at his watch and figure out like how many thousands of pounds he's making per minute, standing like doing nothing. Which is good on him. But it must be boring. So why not do a few Zidane turns in the box, just to mix it up. So
well, maybe. I don't know how.
I would do if I were the goalie. I'd be doing exactly that.
I wouldn't put him in goal.
You wouldn't put me in goal. I'm shocking in goal. I'm absolutely shocking.
All right, well, I think we've covered the Celtic St Johnstone game. Okay, right. So there's still 6 points difference. Them lot down the road, they were due a reaction. Okay, and I expected nothing less from them against St Mirren. So onwards to the next game in the league. But before that, we have our semi-final. Okay, against them lot. How do you see that going?
Well, look, I think this is for Rangers. This is it. This is a big acid test for them. Like how much this is their only chance to win a domestic trophy this year.
Yeah.
How much do they want it? Because if they're going to win that game, they've got to want it. Because they don't have Morelos up front. Okay, Kemar Roof scored a hat trick today against St Mirren, but without Morelos, I think they struggle. I think they lack that focal point. Celtic have beaten them like the last 3 games in a row we've won now, against them. I think.
Hold on a second.
I think we've won the last 2. Okay,
won the last 2.
So they were both over 50. Our memories aren't what they were. So the last 2, we won, and the last game was a fight, but I still felt we were in control. So for Rangers to win that game, Celtic are going to have to suffer a major dip, and Rangers are going to have to fight their fucking balls off to have any chance of winning it. So I would lean towards Celtic winning, but then again, if I had to choose between the league and the Scottish Cup, I'd pick the league every time. If we're going to lose a game to Rangers, I'd rather we lost that game than in the league. Having said that, I don't think we will. I think we're too good at the moment. I think we're too good. I think under Giovanni Van Bronckhorst, Rangers aren't. They've shipped a lot of points. They're looking a wee bit ropey. Again, they've got to go again to play Braga during the week, and they've got to go for that because they've got to win if they want to go through. So, if you want a prediction, do you want a prediction?
Definitely.
I'm going to go for 3-1 for Celtic next weekend.
Okay.
There we go. That's my prediction.
All right. Well, look, I basically agree with you. I think that they need to have a reaction.
Yeah.
Okay. They've lost the last 2 games against us. The first one at Ibrox, which they won 1-0. Okay. We should never have lost that game. Yeah. They started the season on a high. Okay, thinking that they're going to walk the season.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, mate. And they're going to need a reaction, because if they lose to us in the Scottish semi-final, like I've said in a previous podcast, I would not like to be, one of their players. I would not like to be GVB, sorry, and I would not like to be the board of directors. Directors, because their fans are fucking fuming.
Yeah, no, exactly. And
they're fuming.
Who can blame them,
And I've said this in a previous podcast, their fans need to vent out their anger, their frustration, their delusion, on their club, because that's where the problem is.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if Celtic weren't in the league, then they'd be the top team there.
Yep.
Probably. But we're there. Okay. And we ain't going anywhere. So, and Ange is creating a legacy as far as I'm concerned.
Look, if I were a Rangers fan, I'd be very worried because you know, again, you've got Postecoglou, who's clearly a very good manager, who has turned this team around in a year on 13.5 million, as you said. Next year he's going to have 40 million in his back pocket instantly from the Champions League. So what he could do with that money, this Celtic team is going to get stronger. Rangers are suffering a bit financially still. They don't have a lot of cash. How are they going to improve their team next year? I don't see it. Like, I don't see how they're going to improve their team. So I think if I were a Rangers fan, I'd be really concerned. Because like, what have you done in the last 10 years? One league, and that's it. And haven't won a top level cup, nothing. So.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, Mike. Personally, I don't know what team he's going to put out, but he's going to put out a team to win the game.
Yep.
It's a semi-final, so he's going to put a strong team out. I believe that the league is our priority. It is a priority for Ange as well. But then again, saying that, every game's a priority for Ange.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Ange wants to win every single game. He wants to win every single trophy. So he's going to be out there to win. And to be totally honest, okay, based on how we've played against them, I wouldn't be surprised if we stick 4 or 5 goals past them.
Yeah, I mean, it could happen, and I think that would be. It would be amazing, I would love it, and B, that would just destroy that would just destroy them. Like, I just don't see how they can recover from that kind of like a pumping, We've not pumped them really, really badly for a long time, have we?
I don't know. All I know is that the 7-0 against St Johnstone is our best result this season.
Yep.
Before that, we'd beaten in August, I believe it was, 8th of August, we beat Dundee FC 6-0. And then on the 21st of August, we beat St Mirren 6-0.
Right.
Okay, and there were 2 great results,
Yeah.
So 7-0, hey, who knows? It could have been 10.
It could have been 10 easily, easily,
We could have put more past them lot down the road. And I think that, the way we're playing at the moment, I wouldn't put it past Celtic. I would not put it past Celtic.
Yeah, so. No, you're right. And I think, as you say, Postecoglou's attitude is never give up. In that game, I mean, let's be honest, the league is won. I was, again, as we talked about earlier, I don't see how we're going to lose the league. So we go out next weekend, we beat Rangers, then you're looking at the treble.
Absolutely.
So I mean, I guess what you want to do is go all out next weekend and just try and, because what an amazing result that would be for Postecoglou, where at the start of the season nobody was expecting anything from him, and let's rebuild, let's kind of slowly catch up in Rangers, and then he goes out, potentially wins the treble in the first year. Amazing.
Well, there you have it. Okay, right. I think we've covered everything. So I'd like to thank you, Mike. Okay. He's going to be a regular here, yeah. Okay, right. So you're going to have to put up with him.
I'm afraid you are, yeah. I need to start writing some jokes in advance, though, or something. I don't know.
I'm not too sure your jokes are that funny.
They're not.
But
really,
anyway. So you're off to Istanbul when?
On Thursday for the weekend, yeah. So I need to try and find a way to watch the game on Sunday while I'm down there.
Okay, so he's off to Istanbul. Okay, lucky you. But then I can't complain. I've just come back from Orlando. Yeah. So hopefully, when are you back?
Back a week on Monday.
Yeah, what's the date?
I don't know. A week on Monday.
Okay, a week on Monday. Okay, right.
What month is it? Is it April? April. I'll be back April. Middle of April.
All right. So look, hopefully, I'll get back together with Mike to do post-match analysis, review, whatever you want to call it. If he's back, if not, then it'll be just me. Unless, okay, I find some Celtic supporters in the pub, and I will be recording, doing a podcast in the pub, like I did with the one in Orlando, and like I did with the one, the Glasgow derby, okay, against them lot down the road, here at the Finnegan's pub. Yeah, so look out for that. Do you want to give a shout out to anyone?
Shout out to myself.
And what about a certain person?
No, that's it. Yeah.
You don't want to give a shout out to a certain person?
No.
You sure? Yeah.
Yes, I'm sure. Yeah.
Okay. I know who he's talking about. He knows who he's talking about. He's given a shout out to her once already, haven't he?
Yeah.
He refused to do it now. Okay. Listen, thanks a lot for watching us, okay? Any comments, please put them down underneath, okay? And if you ask me who's meeting in the comments, okay, in Istanbul, I don't know if I know the spelling yet. I'll try, yeah.
Give it a rest.
Okay. If you haven't subscribed as yet, please subscribe. You should be happy.
I am happy, just not like to freaking bang on about it all the time, you know.
You should have told me that.
I shouldn't have told you anything.
You know,
exactly,
you know what I'm right.
I know. Jeez.
Anyway.
Tune in next time for more attempts to expose my sex life, you know.
Anyway, me, Mike, we're out.
Goodbye.